The fellas like some guys said to me, oh, you take the grass out. Bad. Everywhere.
Welcome to Windsor Park for Saturday afternoon NPL Tasmania football. We've got a derby for you this afternoon. Launceston City and Riverside, the second iteration of this new Northern derby. And the first one was taken by Riverside on enemy territory over at Buckby Park on was a Tuesday or a Wednesday night. And it was a 2-1 victory to Riverside. A late goal from Reece Kinslow. The difference between the sides, it was a hard-fought game. Launceston City had a lot more of the ball, got a lot of balls into the box. Couldn't make them count. Noel Mees eventually bagged one goal, but it wasn't going to be enough on that night. So they'll be out for a little bit of revenge today. Riverside will want to make this a trend and see if they can make it 2 from 2 in the derby. Always a very entertaining clash, these Northern derbies. And we have a look at the Riverside Olympic team to take the pitch today. Aaron Campbell, a former Launceston City stalwart. Liam Gilmore, a youngster in midfield. Jared Hill, a seriously impressive young keeper. William Humphrey scored the first goal of the previous derby. A fantastic run down the left from him. Mitchell Jones, he had a brace against Glenorchy Knights in his last start. Simon Lucas, I'd probably expect at left back. Mike Montecchio, the American, has found a home in this Riverside team. He's got a string of starts together now. And Jonathan O'Neill, former Clarence player last season, returning to Olympic for this year, and he'll partner Ethan Olner in the heart of defence. Matt Spanos probably will see him in attack. Luca Vigilante, the deepest of the midfielders. Davis, Kidmus, King and Kinslow, who was the goal-scoring hero last time. His hustle and bustle will be off the bench today. So that's the Riverside Olympic lineup. We'll switch across to Launceston City and see the team they've selected. Shane Cartwright in midfield. Lachlan Clark in between the sticks. Isaac Indighetto, he's returned to the club and will likely play in a check. Do Durazio and Charlie Dyer, a couple of youngsters in there. Reece Gould, experienced fullback. Mackenzie Hancock, he gets the start a young prospect in attack with no Jared Linger today. He's away at national futsal titles, I believe. Going to need a little bit more creativity there. Maybe he's the man for that. Matarazzi, a no-nonsense customer. He's perfect for these type of games, you feel. Noah Mees returns after a 3-week stint up in Melbourne. I'll be glad to have him back. He's been involved in every goal they've scored this season. Martin Matreski was coming into some good form. Patrick Sullivan, another one of their imports, a towering figure at the back. In the absence of Lindsay Millington, will need to have a big game. The bench is Beach, Compane, and Millington is fit enough for the bench today on the comeback trail from injury. And Tom Atavi, who is a bit of a live wire if he comes on, but certainly Noel Mees will be glad to have him back. Both teams desperately after the points today, so they try and make a bit of a charge up the table. These two sides probably not had the start to the year thereafter, although Launceston City were coming into some reasonable form before. They've had a run without a game for nearly a month. 2 cup weekends and a bye have done them no favours. Their last start almost a month ago was a 4-0 win over Kingborough. They were very good that day, but unfortunately for them, they've not had a hit out since, so they still sit in 7th place on 9 points. Riverside, 3 behind them in 8th, can join them on points today if they were to get the victory. Riverside, one of their 2 wins over this City team, will give them plenty of belief. That is for sure. Toss observed there. It's a beautiful day for football here at Windsor Park. Absolutely perfect conditions. Could not ask for a better day for this one. And always hotly contested are the derbies. So Shane Cartwright to kick us off. We are ready to go. A good crowd in attendance here lining the sidelines. A bit of a dummy there. No start after all. And eventually we are off and racing. Launceston City young Mackenzie Hancock's giving chase as that one's cleared well away from him. An important role leading the line today is Macca Hancock's. Cartwright lays it back to Durazio. Jones laying it back to Lucas, who just hacks it into the middle. Ball in dispute. Campbell was there. Trisky too, but Luca Vigilante will be the man to take this one away. And he's brought down rather unceremoniously. That is going to be first free kick of the day. And expect to see a few firm challenges like that throughout the contest. Ethan Olner to take, and he launches the long diagonal ball for Aaron Campbell to chase. A bit too much asked of the former City player though. Heaves it down the line over the head of Cartwright. Liam Gilmore, an impressive young player. Vigilante working it forward. Spanos will be in attack today, leading the line in lieu of Maurice Kinslow. He and Jones will be key up there. Here's Cartwright in the bullseye with a bit of room to manoeuvre. Goes in the direction of big Noah Mees, the focal point. He begins the customary dribble, but ran into trouble and lost it. And Riverside will look to counter with the former Ranger Jones. These NPL Northern derbies will be nothing new for him. Billy Humphrey out after that, but he's just outpointed. And they'll play that one forward to the feet, Big Mees. Now for a throw in on the near touchline. Long throw for Spanos. Brought down there by Durazio. Play allowed to continue. Spanos can't quite get his cross in. And a heave throw over the top, a fairly aimless one in the end. Nothing doing there. Lockie Clark, very impressive keeper. He's having quite the season. Launceston City is Clark. Real duel between two of the best young keeping prospects in the state today as Monsequio tries to make something happen here for the Roos. Turned over at the back though. Mackenzie Hancock's try and make waves down the left wing. Absolutely gorgeous day for football here as Noah Mees turns and swings one in with the left. He's got a man at the back post. It's Hancock's. And he volleyed it over the top. The first chance of the game. Falls in the way. Launceston City. Mackenzie Hancock's unable to convert. It was a good ball from Mees. Just picked him out. Tried to guide it. Well over the top in the end. So Hill into the middle. All Spanos was up there. Humphrey just buffeted it off of there by Cartwright. See now building down the left through Mees, looking to charge. Stumbled there, just got clipped a little. Couldn't quite keep it in play. Tried his best. Just the goal kick on this occasion. Isaac DeGhetto starting on the left today for City. Humphrey chipping forward for the Roos. Hack long, absolutely no one there. A fairly aimless ball. That one from Reece Gould. Sliding in at left back today. Long throw in the Jones direction. Turns on it nicely, Jones. Couldn't quite keep it in play though. And another goal kick, so just the one chance so far, that Mackenzie Hancock's. Apart from that, a lot of action. All the goalkeepers to be called into address just yet. Moves this one into the middle. Suspicions of handball against Humphrey. Jones and Vigilante trying to win it back from Cartwright, and they do so. Falls away of Aaron Campbell. Tried to turn, but was robbed of it by DeGhetto. Isaac DeGhetto can't get round Monsequio. Tony Peart, our man in the middle today. This one will spill out the back towards the rugged Ethan Olner. He's a no-nonsense customer. The Roos skipper. Strong in the challenge. Short in stature, but a tough matchup for any striker, that's for sure. Ethan Olner. Physical presence about him. Sullivan swings it out wide. Shift down the line for Spanos to give chase to. Reece Gould first to the ball. And he goes back. Lockie Clark turns it over to Luca Vigilante, the Batman. Chance for Campbell perhaps to swing it across. A few lining up, but picks out Lockie Clark, and that's easy pickings for the City number one. Launches the throw, and Hancock's now leads the counter. Ran straight in to John O'Neill. Falls for Dyer. Dyer looking to combine with DeGhetto. Back to Shane Cartwright. Eventually spills the way of Humphrey. Campbell. Looks it forward, but kicked off there and shipped forward by Matarozzi. Again, no one there. A lot of balls over the top at the moment. Not quite connecting with the attackers. Jared Hill, some good purchase on that. Header won by Gould. Surely trying his best to keep it in on the far touchline. Launceston City coach has done a good job coming in right on the eve of the season. Stabilised things well there, built nicely into the season. See how the month off has affected them in this one. Perhaps a little rust to be expected out of the gates, but it should be fresh. There's Reece Gould. Back to Sullivan. Tresky swings it to Gould. Gould is looking for the focal point of Mees. He's touched straight to Vigilante. Now Liam Gilmore. Gilmore puts it out in front of Jones. Always going to be tough for him to get that one. Long throw into the box. Here's Spanos. Tried the little nutmeg. That was well defended by Sullivan. Wasn't going to get beaten by that. That's the big figure. Humphrey. Now Simon Lucas. Aaron Campbell. Soupy. Made it back, but just let in Shane Cartwright. And Cartwright will look up and swings it down the line. He was trying to find Mees, but got his direction off on that one. Chase again is Spanos. Gould. So Sullivan should be able to deal with this. He turns out of trouble, although he's cuffed it straight up to Montikio. And Big Tiki is hauled down there, and it'll be a free kick. So a set piece in a promising position here for Riverside. Four in the box to pick out. Campbell with a low drive to Spanos. So he should be able to deal with this one. Matarazzi ships it away. Campbell was prominent in the last derby against his former side. Had a good game and another free kick here. A couple of fouls starting to come now. Probably expected a few more. This being a derby, quite often rather physical affairs. And Campbell to bend it in again to the back post. Olner was there. Sullivan able to clear. And hacked away into the bullseye. Hit a one down. And raffle this. The counter momentarily held up, but still a chance, although now John O'Neill's back on it for the Roos. Gould clears it. Straight to the arms of Shawley again. One's just going to run out of real estate, so just that Mackenzie Hancock's volley after a couple of minutes. Apart from that, not much in the final third. That was a dangerous free kick. Didn't quite find Jones. Ethan Olner was sneaking around the back stick, but he's a big towering presence. Patrick Sullivan. He'll be able to deal with a lot of that, as is Noah Mees. Flicks on, looking for Shane Cartwright. In the middle there. Vigilante away from him. Try and get in behind Sullivan, just shielding Spanos from it. And forward looking for Mees, but cut out by John O'Neill. Another throw in, just a scrappy old affair so far, this one. As we've said, not a lot of football played by either of these teams lately. Riverside had one more game in the Captain City when they fell to Olympia at Warrior Park. Blown out in the 10-minute period in the first half of that one. City have had a couple of weekends off in the Cap, so no games for a month with their buyers. Mackenzie Hancock's clumsy there. Just gets in the back of Mitchell Jones, just outside of the penalty area too. And this is a very, very good opportunity for Riverside, their best one so far. Who have they got? Campbell and Humphrey standing over the dead ball. So it looks like Soupy Campbell could be the man to take. Humphrey runs over it, so Campbell bending it on target. Clark fumbling but recovers. Able to gather his own rebound before anyone could pounce. So Riverside, their first shot on target today. Clark has been fantastic so far this year for Launceston City. A real breakout player this year. Another foul spotted there. That's Tony Pitt. Certainly some good rivalry games this weekend in round 13 of the MPL last night. Not a lot of love lost between Glenorchy Knights and Clarence. A 10-0 demolition job, that one. Not so much of a rivalry between Kingborough and Devonport. That one currently underway. Devonport leading the Lions. But with this one and the Zebras Olympia game, the rivalry's full display in this week as Spanos just fell at a little time moment. Gilmore sliding in. Pressuring Reece Gould. Throw in looking for Mees. John O'Neill had his measures so far. That was well won back by Cartwright. And then Ghetto getting in, and eventually the foul blown right in front of the Riverside Olympic bench there, who are certainly protesting the point. Montekio goes long looking for Soupy Campbell, who just lobs one into the mixer. Ooh, Clark momentarily uncertain there, and in the end they get themselves a corner from it. He's dipping nastily there on Clark. He was backtracking. It was an awkward one. And decides safety first. And Frenchie's after there. Just chips it over the top. In control of it the whole time, Clark. Didn't want to risk the catch, and then I guess his momentum taking him back into the net. Which gives us our first corner of the day. Chances at a premium so far. It's a good ball in towards Olner. Cleared to the diamond there and turning and firing, and then an offside. Mitchell Jones rattled off the shot. Clark did pretty well to get down to it. It was all irrelevant anyway. The flag had gone up. Devonport leading Kingborough 2-0 down at the Den now. Ignacio Giampoli getting on the score sheet there. Nice work from Dyer, just heading out to Spanos. Smashes it long for Mees to chase. Again, O'Neill first to the ball. No stranger to rivalry games. John O'Neill played, of course, in the Eastern Shore Derby in his time. Clarence against Olympia. That's now in this new Northern Derby. The City players will be used to playing Rangers in that one. Here is a former Ranger in Mitch Jones. Centering ball. It's cuffed it up to Matreski. Matarozzi. Brought down by DeGhetto. And for Mees. Quite looked his sharpest today so far, Big Noah. Jared Hill smashes this one away. Ending safely out of play on the wing. Momentarily thought the stream setup might have been in danger here. Very, very tight to the touchline operation we're running. Slice of cheese today. Nice work from Hancock, so they wouldn't quite stay in for him. Flick. See Riverside get the throw. Simon Lucas is looking for Jones. His touch down into the path of Matreski. And just pushed over Gilmore there. Cox wins the throw in. Taken by Dorazio. O'Neill only so far as Dorazio skips free. Joe Dorazio though chips it over the top. Luca Vigilante had just dropped back into that hole nicely though, the Argentine. Mees gets his foot in. Matreski overhits the cross. And another goal kick, so just lacking that little bit of quality in the final third so far through 20 minutes. Still just the one real chance to speak of. Hobart Zebras leading South Hobart 2-0 in the Women's Super League down south. And Ulverston leading Clarence 1-0 midway through the first. Another top flight action around the state. 4 games taking place today. Devonport, of course, looking to open up an 8-point gap atop the table. The other end to where these two sides are situated right now, but win today and there'll be 8 clear of both South and the Warriors. It'll be a very big gap. And it looks like they're well on the way. Launceston City, their Kingborough, losing today would have the chance to jump over the top of them. The other side looking to draw level on points, so something to play for despite these teams not featuring in the title race. Like last season where City had a good bid for a while, this one should be dealt with. They just allowed to run through to Hancock. His clearance charged down by Gilmore. And now Lucas back to Humphrey. Simon Lucas can put a cross in here. He swings it in, and that's well dealt with. That was a good piece of defending in the end. Cross, Matarozzi I think was the man diving to head up behind. A sloppy turnover, so it's Riverside on the offensive here for the time being. Sophie Campbell to the back post, clawed away by Clark. Now the corner, number 3 coming up for the Roos. Into near post this time. Again repelled away, and again it will be a Riverside corner. It's a dangerous ball to the back post. O'Neill on the turn, charge down. Spanos still in there. Eventually Matarozzi will deal with it. A great chance there for John O'Neill. Just couldn't quite and away through the City defence. Charged it down. It was a great delivery. Back post brilliantly brought down and fired by O'Neill. Well done, Mackenzie Hancock saving the day, and he's back on the ball now at the other end making things happen. This time, John O'Neill, the man to block off Hancock's. He's going to have another crack at it. Outside of the boot, chested down by Elner. Up in the air, and then volleyed away by Monsequio. So, that's a real chance of the game for Riverside there. Cleared away from Cartwright. Chance perhaps here for Matreski. Swings it in again. The end product just not there. Straight to Jared Hill. He gratefully clasps that one out of the air and can't be putting it near him. He's got a great command of the area, Jared Hill. Seriously impressive for someone of his age. The way he patrols that penalty area, so good in the air. Free kick going the way of City. Spanos back to Simon Lucas. Big up and under for Gilmore to chase. I don't know if it's going to quite stay in for him. He did really well there, Liam Gilmore. Keep that one in. And City will take the ball back. Malarozzi. Vigilante. Against Cartwright. Hancock's back inside for Matreski. Falls for Vigilante. Hancock's showing plenty of energy, really throwing himself about the pitch so far. An impressive start from the youngster. Here's Liam Gilmore, who quite got the physical stature yet. A kid of his age should be playing central mid week in, week out in the NPL. It's a good sign, and he's got a chance perhaps to pick out a target in the middle here. He swings it to the back post. Campbell attacking it. Just couldn't quite connect with the header there, Soupy Campbell. Had a good run at the ball. It spills out the back. Cut back for Sullivan. Over the head off to Ghetto. Jared Hill clears the area. That one's out of play too. 25 plus change going here as we have another look at this ball from Gilmore. Plenty of fizz on it. To the back stick, just stood it up rather. And gee, it was a good attack. Just didn't quite get there in the end, Campbell. He made some seriously good ground. Zekio heaving that one down the line. Good purchase. Jones. Clark sliding out at that one before Spanos could pounce. Releases it from Matreski. Sullivan under pressure from Spanos. And a handball spotted there by Tony Pitt. Shane Cartwright, good to see him having a consistent run. Inside this year was really cited last season. Not City, some fanfare. Quite the hype signing, but didn't see much of him there. As Sullivan's got Spanos to defend here, and Spanos does really well. Worked it back centrally, and it's been brought back, and a penalty paid here. The keeper has brought down Spanos. And Riverside Olympic will have the chance to open the scoring from the spot. We have another look here. Turning in tight areas. Sullivan in there. He just gets there before the keeper. Keeper slides in, takes out his legs. So it's a regulation of decision, as you will see. And so it's going to be Aaron Campbell to step up against his former side. Trying to drive a dagger into them here. So Aaron Campbell steps up. Played a lot of games for Launceston City. And he gets this one past Clark, and Riverside take the lead here at Windsor Park. Clark got hands to it, he couldn't quite keep it out. And the hosts have the perfect start to their afternoon. 1-0. Aaron Soupy Campbell stepping up and dispatching the spot kick. Keeper, well, he got fingertips to it. He might feel he should have kept it out in the end. It's a tough one. Chastises himself. It was well hit with power from Campbell. 1-0 to the Roos. City looking to get right back at them here. So Riverside, just the 2 wins this season, but one of them came against Launceston City. Can they do the double here? So they'll meet again, but you can make it 2 from 2. It'd be a great way to start this new northern rivalry in the league. Throw, looking for Mees. The big fella turning and chipping. Straight into the hands of Hill again. A real heave. That was tremendous arm on him. Campbell, the goal scorer, turns and ships it for Gilmore. Gilmore sliding, but he couldn't quite prevent that one from rolling out. And he'll sweep this one up and smashes this one long. It's a good-looking ball here for Jones. Puts it out in front of him. What a great ball that was. Gould chases it down, and in the end, Gould did really well there. Just played it back off of Jones and wins the throw-in for City, but geez, fair distribution that. A raking ball over the top. So we have another look at this penalty. Pretty straightforward one. Referee with a perfect view. It just beats the keeper to it and slides in, takes out the legs. No doubt whatsoever about that. And gives Aaron Campbell the chance from the spot, which he converted, and he wouldn't have wanted to decline it because it's been a game of very few chances thus far. Work here from DeGhetto, skipping into space, spreads it across to Hancock's. Hancock's back for Mees. Shot was blocked. Lucas is down pointing that one. Well away from Simon Lucas. Dorazio with the throw in. Here's Cartwright, former Warrior and Lions player. Tries to get his cross in. Wins a corner. The first of the afternoon. Simon Lucas in there on Hancock's, and we Cartwright himself to take. Ships it to the top of the box, volleyed back goalwards. And then Nick Sullivan couldn't quite connect with it. He wasn't offside. Couldn't quite get anything on it. Long ball. Down by Gould. Durazio. Hancock's. Cartwright. Back. Hancock's, but that was a great no-nonsense challenge there from the Batman. Sliding in was Luca Vigilante. Naomi, he's looking to turn. Riverside did really well just to block that off. They'll have watched the tape. They know that Mees, like Ian Robin, that move just gets at that corner of the box, loves to turn onto the left and shoot quickly. They're going to be careful to close down those shooting lanes. Olner heads away. Vigilante, that might be a slice of cheese upcoming for Charlie Dye here as he was brought down. Foul. Vigilante tried to skip free. Missed the foul. Clipped the back leg there. No slice of cheesy shoot on this occasion. Looks like Charlie Dye has been given his one warning. Bit of a talking to there from Tony Pett. Ball takes multiple caroms there and will fall out the back for Matarozzi eventually. Durazio. Cartwright showed good strength there. Vigilante is going to go in the book for this. That was one of the clever professional fouls I've seen. I'll tell you what, you've been very fortunate to get away with the booking there, I think, Luca Vigilante. You have a look, this was real. Just hooks the leg around, stops him getting at the ball. That is dark-ass mastery, that is, for Luca Vigilante. And he will go into the book. I thought he'd have to. It simply demanded a slice. It was one of the more outrageous tackling techniques. It's one way to stop him. And it looks like Big Cartwright's just talked himself in the book too, has he? Yeah, the Riverside crowd enjoying that. A couple of slices of cheese. So Cartwright joins the Vigilante in the book. Matreski swings it in. Cartwright the target over all comers. Fell out the back for Campbell. And will be brought back here because there's been a head knock. He's going to need some treatment here. Noah Mees getting back to his feet, which is good. He's all right to continue. Monticchio heading long, trying to get in behind and spring Jones, and he may just have done that here. Mitch Jones squares it up, away by Sullivan. Campbell will just let it roll out and takes the throw quickly. Trying to dial up the pressure, fell to Gilmore, back out to Campbell. Campbell's cross charge down. There'll be another corner for the Roos, their fifth of the afternoon. Bends this one to the top of the box. Lays it back for Monticchio, who just leans back and blasts it well wide. Not what the American was after. So we'll have another look at this piece of work from Luca Vigilante. It's one of the more creative professional fouls I've seen. I suppose the scissoring challenge to an extent, although that tends to conjure out rather violent images, and certainly wasn't that. in control of it, was just stopping him from advancing, and rightfully booked for it. This is the offside flag raised on Jones. He'll heave that from Sullivan. Thumped it down the line for Mees. Now Mees trying to shake free of John O'Neill, who's worn him like a cheap suit all afternoon. And again, well, I thought he'd done pretty well, but in the end, a corner's been signalled. I think a Vigilante can't believe it. But we'll be going the way of City. We had a much better view of that one than I did, the referee. Corner opportunity. 7th of the first half. It'll be Cartwright to take. Bends it to the back stick. Ethan Olner across to head behind. It'll be corner from the opposite flank now. Safety first. The option there, wasn't quite sure what was in behind him, so Cartwright again to take. Pushes this one low. Hit away by Jones. Oh, losing his footing there was Matarozzi. Recovered the situation well though, because Riverside were ready to pounce on the counter. Cartwright turns free of Gilmore, then sends it down the line for Macca Hancox, and that'll be a Riverside throw-in. Tony Bird is not having a bar of Hancox, trying to claim that throw-in. Get away from him, he yells. Down the line they go. Shirt grab there. So a free kick going the way of the Roos. Long from Lucas. Too long in the end, allows Lockie Clark a play on it. Sweeping up is City's number one. Shaw for Dorazio. Under pressure here, this is good work from Campbell, wins it back in an advanced position, drops it off for Gilmore. Back to Campbell. Shimmying one way, then the other. He got a free kick if he went down there. Rolls it across to Monticchio. Vigilante coughed it up to Cartwright. City now looking to counter, but they've turned it straight over to Ethan Olner. Away by Matarozzi. Chested down by the Batman. Gould to Cartwright. Prominent this afternoon, Cartwright, as DeGetto tries to get him behind and just put into touch by the skipper. It's a lovely day for football here. Sun is shining, lovely and warm. Crowd, the two clubs playing in the championship as well. And a pretty content home crowd at the moment. Olympic leading 1-0. Aaron Campbell, the goal scorer. Committing from the penalty spot just after half an hour. Get into the wing. Hancox rises to meet it. Olner into the bullseye, straight to Charlie Dyer. Dyer couldn't get in behind Monticchio. We get a second chance to. Again, Monticchio denies him. Hustled after it and then charged it down. Tiki pulling the right back slot, been a good contributor for the Roos this season. Here's Mees. John O'Neill. Finally Mees was able to shake free of him, and then he slipped. But the only time he's been able to break free of him all afternoon. Cartwright is brought down there. That was a little unnecessary from Jones. Rather cheap foul to give away. In a dangerous spot too. The shadows of half time here. Can't think there'll be much out of time. Shane Cartwright. Now, part of the reason Olympia back in the day paid the big money for him to get him from the Lions was his set piece delivery. No surprise to see him on the set piece duties here for City today. And he chips it to the back stick. Hill punches away. Good work from the young keeper there. Durazio. Working in behind for Hancock's. Never really gave him a chance though. Long ball. Sullivan heads away. Hancock's been busy this afternoon. Durazio to Hancock's. The youngsters combining. And another one. Real youth movement here from City. Charlie Dyer. Swings it across. Montecio cut it out though. Jared Hill. Just out the lob wedge there and found only Gould. Good attack on the ball by Dyer. Just wanted that a little bit more. Now Riverside perhaps with a chance to counter. Gilmore gets felled after he got rid of it. It'll be brought back. And a free kick on halfway. And indeed it's going to be a slice of cheese as well. Issued there. So another look at that. I suppose it was breaking up a promising counter-attack there. Matarozzi, not an unfamiliar name in referees' notebooks. I wouldn't have thought Aaron Matarozzi. Really tough customer. Gilmore, while he stuffed that, just knocks it past him. The momentum was just going to carry him straight on in. And winning the free kick. So another slice issued. Flicked on by Campbell. No one there.
Behind them.
Deflects and will stay in play. Bends back. Matarozzi takes it away. Again, well charged down by Spanos. The work rate of the Riverside players has been impressive. Especially their attackers really working hard to close down this City defence. Not give them an easy out. They've really sweated on them today. Good work rate, and that'll be half time here at Windsor Park. And Aaron Campbell penalty, the difference between the sides, stepping up against his former team and picking out the bottom corner of the net. It was one of very few chances in the first 45 minutes here. Riverside have probably just shaded it, but not a lot of chances at all. They've been at a premium. Space in the final third has been at a premium indeed. Both defences firmly on top in this one. Need a keeper called into action too often. And so at half time, it is Riverside Olympic 1, Launceston City 0. We'll have a look at the goal here from Campbell. It's the penalty won by Matt Spanos. He made some inroads down the left here. Just got to the ball before the keeper. Chipped it in the middle. Clark followed through, took out his legs. Easy decision, really. And then it was the man known as Soupy. A stalwart. He was the NPL Games record holder. Launceston City heading into this season before he moved back to Riverside. And Clark, well, he got fingertips to it. He couldn't keep it out. And that is the difference between the sides at the break. I'll be back in around about 10 minutes' time. What promises to be an intriguing second half. Plenty to play for here at Windsor Park. But at the moment, it's the host Riverside on course for a second derby victory in as many meetings. And he's brought down rather unceremoniously. Long throw for Spanos. Brought down there. Absolutely gorgeous day for football here as Noames turns and swings one in with the left. He's got a man at the back post. It's Hancock's. And he volleyed it over the top. First chance of the game. Chance for Campbell perhaps to swing it across. A few lining up. But it's out Lockie Clark, and that's easy pickings for the one. Launches the throw, and Hancock's now leads the counter. Ran straight in with John O'Neill. Falls for Dyer. And Campbell to bend it in again. To the back post. Olner was there. Sullivan able to clear. For that one. City have had a couple of weekends off in the Cap, so no games for a month with their buyers. Mackenzie Hancock's clumsy there. Just gets in the back of Mitch. Humphrey runs over it, so Campbell bending it on target. Clark fumbling but recovers. Able to gather his Olympia game. The rivalry's full display in this week as Spanos just fell at a little time moment. Gilmore sliding in. Goes long looking for Soupy Campbell, who just lobs one into the mixer. Ooh, Clark momentarily uncertain. Olner cleared to the diamond there and turning and firing, and then an offside. Mitchell Jones rattled off the shot for Jones. His touch down into the path of Matreski. Just pushed over Gilmore. His foot in. Matreski over hits the cross. And another goal kick, so just lacking that little bit of quality in the final third so far. Had a good bid for a while. This one should be dealt with. They just allowed to run through to Hancock's. His clearance charged down by Gilmore. Now just allowed to run through to Hancock's. His clearance charged down by Gilmore. Now Lucas back to Humphrey. Simon Lucas can put a cross in here. He swings it in. That's well dealt with. That was a good piece of defending in the end. Soupy Campbell to the back post, clawed away by Clark. It's in near post this time, then repelled away, and again it will be a Riverside corner. It's a dangerous ball to the back post. O'Neill on the turn, charge down. Spanos still in there. Eventually Matarozzi will deal with it. A great chance perhaps here for Matreski. Swings it in again. The end product just not there. Straight to Jared Hill. He's got a chance perhaps to pick out a target in the middle here. He swings it to the back post. Campbell attacking it. Just couldn't quite connect with the header there, Soupy Campbell. Much of him there. Sullivan's got Spanos to defend here, and Spanos does really well. Worked it back centrally, and it's been brought back, and a penalty paid here. The keeper has brought down Spanos, and Riverside Olympic will have it. So Aaron Campbell steps up. Played a lot of games for Launceston City. And he gets this one past Clark, and Riverside take the lead here at Windsor Park. Clark got hands to it, he couldn't quite. Throw, looking for Mees, the big fella turning and chipping. Straight into the hands of Hill again. Chipping into space, spreads it across to Hancock's. Hancock's back for Mees, shot was blocked. Lucas is now pointing that one. Ships it to the top of the box, volleyed back goalwards. And then Sullivan couldn't quite connect. Cartwright back for Hancock's, but that was a great no-nonsense challenge there from the Batman. Careful to close down those shooting lanes. Olner heads away. Vigilante, that might be a slice of cheese upcoming for Charlie Dye here. Cartwright showed good strength there. Vigilante is going to go in the book for this. That was one of the more outrageous tackling techniques. It's one way to stop him. And it looks like Big Cartwright's just talked himself in the book too, has he? He's trying to shake free of John O'Neill, who's worn him like a cheap suit all afternoon. And again, I thought he'd done pretty well, but Sends it to the back stick. Canona across to head behind. It'll be short for Dorazio. Under pressure here. This is good work from Campbell. Wins it back in an advanced position. Drops it. Tom has been able to break through him all afternoon. Cartwright is brought down there. That was a little unnecessary from Jones. Another cheek. The City today. And he chips it to the back stick. Hill punches away. Work from the attack on the ball by Dyer. Just wanted that a little bit more. Now Riverside perhaps with a chance to counter. Gilmore gets felled after he got rid of it.
There goes his motivation. Very on brand for you last time. I'll get it through the second half. Those golf paper reflexes.
These are my new shoes. Everyone says stuff back in the days when it was like 2 o'clock. It was 4:30. Probably early enough.
On the road is good, Cameron.
Yes, it's much nicer.
You're getting up.
Elliot.
I've forgotten your name, sorry. Vlasta. Good to meet you. And maybe we'll see each other again sometime soon. Alright, see you.
Swinging Empire Grows. You got the Huskies and TSL. We had a decent little collection. What, they don't have money? Aren't they multi-millionaires?
They do, they just don't want to pay.
Yeah, well, it sounds like they're offering for the deck. Oh yeah, we should be able to get it for this really low price. Why are you restricting that?
Yeah, it's good. No, it's not that it's the sun is annoying. I need some.
They offer this offer
A little too much running if you ask me, Jason.
that. Not that much. That's a high offer.
And back for the second half here at Windsor Park. And it's the hosts, Riverside Olympic, leading 1-0 after 45 minutes. Launceston City, their former stalwart Aaron Campbell, converting a penalty after Lockie Clark had brought down Matt Spanos. Still plenty to play for. City had a big second half siege in the first edition of the derby, really dialed up the pressure in the second half, did get back on terms after trailing 1-0 in that game. It would not matter ultimately when Reece Kinslow came on to score the winner. Mees did get them back level in that game. They peppered them with crosses in that second half, but certainly today it's been Riverside Olympic who've had the better of the play. They've had more corners, a couple more chances, just the one shot from Launceston City. It was the first chance of the game. Mackenzie Hancock's with, in hindsight, a pretty sharp chance, falling over the top from close range. Since then, they've not generated a whole lot. Credit to the Riverside defence. And we're off now for the second half here. Windsor Park, the sun is still shining. Gorgeous day here for football. Really interesting second half lies in store for us here as Riverside try to make it 2 from 2 in the derby, but Mackenzie Hancock has other ideas about that. He charges down the right, chips into the path of Mees, and Jared Hill storming off his line together. Quick release for Campbell. Back to Montecio. Jones. Vigilante. Control it. And then going down Oz Matrowski. Free kick in a good spot here for City. Vigilante. Control it. So the man who won it, Martin Matreski, will be the man to take it. He stands this one up to the back post. Olner gets his head on it and then nodded home into the back of the net by Sullivan. And City get back on terms in the second minute of the second half. The towering figure of Sullivan finishing off. And it's 1-1 early in the second half here. The set piece What about a little bit of confusion at the back? Olner in the end, heading it backwards, took his own keeper out of the equation, and then it just became a battle of height, and Paddy Sullivan was never going to lose that. The biggest figure on the pitch. And City have immediately got back on terms. A dream start to the second half for them, exactly what Lino surely would have ordered. And gives us a real vigour to attack the rest of the second half with now.
Keep working, Marshall.
Campbell throws it off the cart right there. Totally done. Heaved in there. Clark manages to clear the area well. Down the line. Bends and stays in there. Absolutely. Not in that corner, however. It'll be a goal kick for Lockie Clark. Tresky barking out the orders for his side. Swung to halfway. Cartwright heads it. Volleyed away by DeGetto. Into the middle, ball in dispute. Matrevsky up against Gilmore. Matrevsky slid in. And in the end, Spanos able to come in and assist. All the way back to Jared Hill. Hill to midfield, away by the goal scorer Sullivan. O'Neill. Now Cartwright brought down to the chest of Monsicchio. Soupy Campbell combining with Vigilante nicely, and then out in front of Humphrey, continuing his run. Campbell, good build-up play this from the Roos. Aaron Campbell checks back inside, assesses the options, and as he's crossed, blocked off by Reece Gould. Good counter-attack there from Riverside, really broke nicely. Campbell in the pass and then storming off down the right. Outside of the boot, crossing here, easy pickings for Lockie Clark. More than that to trouble him. Blasts this one away. Balls for Monsicchio. Obstetra and take it over the top of DeGetto. Half successful, but they lose out in the end. Liam Gilmore back on it. Monsicchio. Reece Gould across to deal with that. 3-1 the score down at the Den now between Devonport and Kingborough. 20 minutes left to play in that one. Right, the striker set to move 8 points clear of Southend Olympia. If you're of course playing at the Hobart Zebras tomorrow. And they've got quite the gap to haul now. Here in the derby, the 3 points are all that matters. Both these sides here at Windsor Park. Right up for grabs. Bit of a fresh air swing there from Big Sullivan. Recovered the situation, turned back, worked it inside for Matrevsky. Oh, wriggles free nicely, Martin Matrevsky. Skipping into space. O'Neill came across to shut it down, but City shifted out to the right. Mackenzie Hancock's now trying to get in behind a Lucas, who slides and sees it behind for a corner. The Riverside's 6th of the afternoon. Sorry, this one will be City's 4th, rather. Cartwright will give chase. Noel Mees and Sullivan will be the likely targets. So we have a look at the most graceful moment there from the big centre half. But he's made his impact on this second half. Getting home from close range to get this one back on terms at 1. So can Cartwright find the delivery on this occasion? He goes in there, Hill does pretty well, Jared Hill. Brought it down, looks it to Humphrey. Referee tried the back heel to go around Malarazzi. Malarazzi read it. Malarazzi then charged down, but he just got held back a little bit initially, so it'll be brought back with no advantage there. Look at referee trying the tricky stuff there. Not quite coming off, so Matreski ends this one. Olner comes across and heads that one away for a throw-in. Sullivan to take again. It's a missile he launches towards Mees. Flicked onto the back post. Jeez, he gets some good purchase on these throws. Big Sullivan. He's a strongly built man. Catapult type operation here. Right onto there to Mees. That's tough for any defence to deal with. A useful weapon in the Launceston City arsenal, that one. So Cartwright shipping in, and Tony Peart spotting a little bit of pushing there. And leaving free kick paid the way of the Roos. City starting this half in the offensive. No real wind advantage. Despite most of the play taking place at this end throughout the game. Slight breeze, but nothing that would really seriously impact things as Jones tries to get in behind of Gould. Lays it back for Montecio, shut down by Matreski. Vigilante. Cartwright cutting that out, and then Gilmore just tracking back to get in ahead of Noah Mees. O'Neill just outpointing Matrevsky. He had a fistful of his shirt. In the end, it'll be a throw in. Gould. Again, repelled by Montecio. I think Tiki Dull. Gould to Dyer. Gilmore just lost his footing. It is a pretty slippery surface out there. Mecca Hancock's turning into space. He fires. That was an awkward one for Hill to deal with. Really spinning on him. Spat up, but he's able to gather, and then how's the release? From Jared Hill, no one there, but he throws the ball further than most goalkeepers kick at this lad. He's at a tremendous heave. It'll be free kick to Riverside. Simon Lucas ships it looking for Jones. Always going wide. Clark had it covered anyway.
Pick it out the side, mate. Boom.
One ill-directed. Montecio retreats back to Hill. Straight to DeGetto. Tough one between the opposite number 7s there, and it's just going to fall into the path of Noah Mees. Mees one-on-one with John O'Neill, did superbly. It's been rare this year when Noah Mees has been beaten in a one-on-one in terms of an overall match. But John O'Neill has certainly taken the points through the first hour or so here today. He's monstered nearly everyone he's come up against this year, Mees. Involved in all their goals. Except one. I think he has a secondary assist on a direct assist. Here comes the big throw again from Sullivan, and Mees flicks on again. And Ethan Owen's there to steer it away. Gould chests it down. Free almost let in. Matarazzi just blasts it forward. Hancock's trying to track it down, and he did so, but it just spun out of play afterwards, unfortunately, for the young City attacker there. And they've scored 19 times this year, City. And these scored 10, has 8 assists and 1 secondary assist. So it really has been running the show in attack. He's been their major weapon. Jones showing good energy, gets there. Matrevsky snipped in, steered away by Sullivan. Tikio pressuring Hancocks. Campbell kept it in. And a foul blown there on Shane Cartwright. By the assistant. Look. Going down fairly softly there. Cartwright certainly not thrilled. So Campbell, his delivery has been pretty good today. Can Subi deliver on this occasion? Clark with a double-fisted punch away. And Cartwright steers it further afield. Tracking it down is Lucas. Vigilante skips away from Dyer, then blasts it straight into Cartwright. Long ball towards Mees. Mees, does he get the free kick there? He does. A grappling going on from John O'Neill on that occasion. They'll just have to wait a sec before they can take that one. And Matarazzi to take. Charlie Dyer, two young number 6s going head to head here. Dyer takes it back. Oh, that was skillfully done from Dorazio. Swings it to the back post, but again, it's comfortable for Jared Hill. It's confirmation of full time down at Darcy Street. A 6-1 win to the Hobart Zebras in the Women's Super League game there. 5-0 the lead to Ulverstone over Clarence, while in the other NPL game. Still 3-1. The Lions just having a disallowed goal as taking a tumble there. Here's DeGetto. And it'll be a free kick on a spot where Martin Matreski can probably get to work here. Just leaning in a little there. A bit of a push from Simon Lucas. Shane Cartwright standing over this one. Matreski waiting at the top of the box. Just lurking for a rebound attempt perhaps. Imagine Mees and Sullivan will be the direction this ball heads to. And it's flicked on, oh, just wide of the back post. It was Sullivan again. It wasn't far away from heading Launceston City into the lead. It's all Timber causing some real problems for Riverside from set pieces here in this second half. Sullivan having scored once, wasn't too far away from adding another. Hancock's trying to get behind a Vigilante. There was O'Neill. Sullivan steers it forward. Hancock's left it for Dyer, back to Cartwright. Mees just losing his footing there again, engaging with O'Neill. He did just slip there rather than anything O'Neill did wrong. Here's Dyer. Oh, well, that's going to be brought back. Here's Dyer. Throw in. City certainly having the better of this second half. They've upped their game somewhat. Reminiscent of the first derby between these two. So he really turned the screws in that second half. But it was Riverside who found the late winner on that night. Reece Kinslow, who's on the bench today. Could he be primed to make an impact once again for the Roos? Here's Cartwright. Dorazio. Just eluding Cartwright. O'Neill always favoured though. Doesn't get much distance on the clearance, and they could have just hit feet with that one. Don't mark him too harshly. He's had a fantastic game at John O'Neill. One of the toughest matchups in the business, and he might have to do some work in the air again here because Sullivan is winding up for the heave once more. This time over their head. It's flicked down and volleyed onto the post. Oh, inches in it. Here's Hancock's. Skips around Monticchio. Gets around another, but then ran out of real estate. And it'll be a goal kick, but there was very, very close to being 2-1 City here. This shot hammered from Degetto into the upright. They're knocking on the door, City. And their long throws and free kicks are starting to cause some major problems for them to deal with in the air. City at a distinct advantage. These aerial duels. So Campbell, I don't think he's got quite the heave on him that Sullivan does. Can't get it over the head of Durazio on this occasion. Campbell buttering up. Spanos robbed of it. Dangerous past that. Matreski gets an important toe to it. And shipped wide for Hancock's. Hancock's just in behind Mees, but he did really well to gather it and then tries to run at O'Neill, and O'Neill wins it again. It's not quite being Noel Mees' day just yet. Degetto won't quite get to that one. Lucas smashes that one to the other pitch there. The sun starting to set. Slight chill starting to come here off the ground. It looks like we're going to see some substitutions here on the far side, and that is Reece Kinslow. I can see coming on for Mitch Jones. So you got sliding on Davis. Here's the other man sliding on there. Sam Davis. So Davis and Kinslow on. Can they provide the spark in attack? Inside Negus, they're on the back foot. It's another long throw. This one will be dealt with by Hill. So they've switched the attackers. Davis and Kinslow coming on for Spanos and Jones. It's going to be Kinslow just pressuring Clark there, but nothing difficult for the keeper. So DeGetto now trying to get in behind. He's got support from Dye. He swings it across. The ball should favour Lucas though. Did neither Cartwright nor Mees any favours there. Great turn from Campbell, then swings it over the top, trying to spring in Kinslow. Too much on it. Clark gathers and swings it. Gould. Gould's pass cut out by Monticchio. And Hancock's can't quite keep that one in play. Long from Monticchio. Flicked on by Gould. Sullivan shielding though. Coughed it up to Davis, who has been penalised here. Davis, he got in the back a little, I'm not sure, but free kick blown in favour of City. Ooh, Sullivan again slips. It is a difficult surface for the players here today. Quite slippery out there, quite a soft pitch. Been shocked up quite a bit as the game has worn on. This one's flicked, volleyed forward by Campbell. Away Malarozzi, and now Cartwright. Swings it towards Hancock's, flicked on looking for Mees. Noah Mees up against Ethan Older, shoots on the turn and hooked his effort wide. Just didn't quite settle it down there, Big Mees. Release the early shot before O'Neill could come in and make it a 2v1. Very few shots fired in this match. Dyer, Vigilante marking him tightly. So here we go once again. Sullivan. Falls for Hancock's on the turn, charge down. Well done by Humphrey. Good shot block. One off the back of Davis. Monticchio jumping up into the attack here. Just showed too much of it. And in the end, the flag's been raised here. It's an offside flag. It's going up. A few players were confused, wondering what the free kick was for, but the flag had been raised for offside. And Mees trying to combine with Gould. Off balance Vigilante with a dangerous ball, but Campbell made it work and they slipped. No one can stay on their feet here at the moment. It's like they're playing football on ice right now. Malarozzi just chipping it for D'Orazio. Matreski. Sloppy pass that straight to Humphrey. And now it's Vigilante in room. He's capable from range, Vigilante. And that one was comfortable for Clark. Straight down his gullet. To the middle, Cartwright and Gilmore. Spills out from Matreski. That's probably a handball. Play might favour City anyway. Now Simon Lucas able to jump up, try and spring a counter attack. Kinslow lets it run. No one on the same wavelength as he, however. Vigilante wins it over the top of Mees and Gilmore. Davis. Kinslow. He was the hero last time, Reece Kinslow. Wriggle free into space and then firing gold was Campbell. Labenda just wouldn't quite dip enough. Took no chances and The Riverside crowd, some enthusiasm, sensing their players are just starting to rise to the occasion. Hancock's giving chase here. Bends around to keep it in play. Vigilante. Impressive attack to get there. It's a good ball and it falls for Noah Mees. Mees cutting inside. He's one-on-one here. It's Noah Mees. Great save, Hill. Rebound, fired home. It's Isaac DeGetto and City take the lead. It's cruel on Hill, who made a brilliant stop to deny Mees. But following up was Isaac DeGetto. And the visitors with a 2-1 lead. You've got to feel some sympathy for Jared Hill there. What a brilliant first save it was. And Isaac DeGetto hammering home the goal. And the visitors take the lead. They were beaten 2-1 on their home turf back in March. Are they about to flip the script here? There's still 20 minutes left for the hosts. They've been good value today. Coming very, very close to us on the touchline here. And brought back for a second. Now Kinslow trying to get in behind. A lot of shoot grabbing going on. Gilmore's in there too. Gilmore takes a tumble. Clark just lets it roll out of play harmlessly.
Let's go, boys. Come on. What's the intensity, yeah? First and second, boys.
Long from Clark. Dyer trying to get in. Olner with a good challenge, although it fell perfectly for Hancock's. Hancock's to DeGetto. Tried to skip free of Lucas. Won the ball. And a free kick's going to go the way of Riverside in the end. So it's City lead in this game. They've got about 15 minutes left in regulation to hold on. Now it looks like big Lindsay Millington is going to come on for Hancock. So a centre back for a winger. It looks like Lino surely content to shut up shop here and try and protect this 2-1 lead. Although Millington is capable as a bit of a target man in attack too. They might roll him out in that capacity. We'll see where he lines up. Looks like he's perhaps just going to sit in the midfield for now and give them another aerial target. Dorazio shielding this one from Davis. Kinslow, Sullivan at the back, able to chip this one clear. And it's a pretty good ball too from Sullivan. He sprung Dyer. He's now one-on-one with Monticchio. Centering ball for Millington, sliding to get there, was never going to. So good to see Lindsay Millington back out there. He's having a fantastic season, the City centre half. More underrated players going around as Cartwright got the outside of the boot effort horribly wrong there. Straight to Monticchio, swings it over the top. He won't quite find Kinslow. And Clark able to collect. So an exciting finish coming up here in the derby. It's another big rivalry on display for you tomorrow. We've got the Zebras and the Warriors from Warrior Park. Do tune into that one. Looks like they'll be trying to haul in an 8-point deficit because we've got confirmation of full time at the Den. 3-2 the final score there. Kingborough scoring a couple of goals in the second half, but it ends 3-2. So a pretty successful first day on the job for Jez Kempf. Unable to quite get the result he would have been after, but they've certainly pushed them. But as Devonport keep doing, they keep getting results. And here is a chance for Davis. Chests it down, Clark. Sharp off his line. Good positioning there. The top of his box was ready for it. Pounces on that one. Cat on a mouse. And screen's distribution slightly wrong there. Definitely out of play there as he tried to keep it in. Neil, the throw in, goes looking for Davis. Over everyone's head. Gould, centering ball straight to Aaron Campbell. Aaron Campbell on the turn. Again, it's comfortable for Clark. Need to conjure something better than that to test this fine young keeper.
Bring him up. Bring him up.
There's a warning decision, none forthcoming. Long from Durazio, swings it over the top for Mees. Noel Mees, you want to turn inside onto that left foot of his. John O'Neill acutely aware of that. Mees does a really good job though. Wide turning circle, but he's still going. O'Neill with a foot in. And Vigilante, they've done really well there, the Riverside defence. Well, they did initially. They've got themselves back into some trouble momentarily. Davis to Olner. They've done a pretty good job corralling Big Mees today. He loves turning onto that left foot of his. Denied that opportunity to him. And there's some action on the Riverside bench. Looks like Liam Gilmore's going to be replaced.
Come on, City, come on.
Looks like Jasper King is going to come on here for Liam Gilmore. Gould with the throw in. Riverside throw in. Too sure who had the last touch on that. And Sikio. And into touch by Gould. And Sikio again, time of the essence here for Riverside. Yeah, centering ball into a very dangerous position. Matreski worked it nicely to Cartwright. Cartwright to Dyer. Dyer down the line for Mees. Puts it out in front of him, but it's always favouring Ethan Olner, who just swings across, chips it into touch. The Lonnie City cameraman Jamie Richardson thought about getting it back into play quickly there, but sensing his team leading 2-1, perhaps just wisely leaving it.
Come on, City!
Need up a few more seconds. And maintain the position for the money shot as Mees turning. Ball two, Matreski. Wriggle free, centres it for Dyer. Dyer firing one off. The snapshot took a deflection. No, just pulled it wide. Over the top, this will be comfortable again for Lockie Clark. He lets it run before Davis can get there. They're just eating up the clock now, City. Trying to see this one out, sensing a chance to jump up the table and claim another victory and be their third of the year. Knees, nodded it down straight onto Jasper King's head as Vigilante just blocked off Matrevsky off the ball there. And it'll be a free kick for City, and it'll be get more seconds coming off the clock. So Matrevsky goes looking for Mees. It's just behind him. It'll be a goal kick only. Tokyo. Well out of play when he won that up. Gould. Mees wants it. He heads onto the left peg and he works it down the line for Dyer. Turns straight out of play there, Charlie Dyer. Fatigue setting in perhaps there. Riverside got a late push left in them here. They got something left to give. It's going to be a Lonnie City throw, much to the chagrin of the locals. Did take a little deflection. Gould. Millington just trying to use his strength there on King, who had the last touch. Just working it up the line, inch by inch, and more crucially, second by second. There was late drama in the first derby, and we see that again. Mees off Montecio. And again, it will be a City throw-in. Gould looking for Cartwright, away by O'Neill. Dyer climbing over Davis. Mees with an acrobatic back heel. Millington, Matrevsky. Oh, he's played it in behind of Durazio there, and Riverside might be able to swing something on the counter here. A great ball from Kinslow though, straight to Sullivan. Well, that's eventually controlled by Lucas, but it's all City out on this touchline. It's Reece Gould in towards Cartwright. Cartwright rolls his foot over it to buy some space. Dyer had plenty of touches today. High boot there from Mees as he swung the back heel at it. Long, Sullivan climbing over the top of Campbell there. Tokyo for Davis, and substitute back to the American. He launches the diagonal. Clark, always favoured. Drags that one down. The sun setting here at Windsor Park and might be setting on Riverside's hopes in this game. City with a 2-1 lead. Noel Mees. Wide for Isaac DeGetto. Holds it up. Back to Matrevsky. Skillful player Matrevsky. Durazio. Wanted a run from DeGetto, but then just overhit the pass. Jared Hill. He'll get the long throw to Davis, who he spies in space on the right wing. Quickly closed down by Gould though. And Davis will knock it back to Hill. One took an awkward bounce, wasn't easy to deal with. And he's turned it over. Matrevsky sliding in. A skewed clearance from Lucas will lead to a throw in. A pretty advanced position here for City. Dyer looking for Cartwright. Cartwright holding off the attentions of King. Squares it for Millington. Great block. Brilliantly saved there. Aaron Campbell, I think. In fact, it was Simon Lucas who saved the day there. Sullivan. Mees again goes with the back heel. Matrevsky. Cartwright. Now shifts it across to Dyer. Dyer looking for Millington over his head. It's all being played up the wrong end of the ground as far as the hosts are concerned. Kinslow takes a touch into space. Now we look to have a run here at Matarazzi. And Matarazzi held his ground and won it. Strong defending there. Lucas made that crucial block moments ago in the City penalty area. Here's King. Good pass from King. Plays Monticchio into space, but his touch took him straight into the path of Gould. Campbell. Down the line for Monticchio. Can he bring it under his spell? Oh, classy to get it past Gould, but numbers have won out, although he's just fouled him. Monticchio goes down. Matreski not happy. Monticchio just gets a clear free kick, and he did lean into him with the elbow there. Monticchio going down. I'm saying Matreski not convinced, but a free kick in a good spot here. Potential for late drama. Riverside, 87.5 minutes have ticked by. 2-1 in favour of the visitors. And it's a free kick. In a promising position this. Goal scorer Aaron Campbell standing over the ball. Everybody's up for Riverside here. Campbell over the head of Kinslow. Lucas couldn't collect. And it slides out the back. And it's going to be a City throw in. Every single player was in the final third there. Jared Hill up on halfway. Every defender back for City. Every attacker up for Riverside. It is that time of day. Kitchen sink time for the Roos. They won the first derby 2-1. And they win this one. One ball. Oh, it's just deflected off Mees. Brought down rather unceremoniously in the end. So, done a pretty good job containing Noah Mees, who will be up there with the Jordan Scotts and Joel Stones when we're talking about the players of the season in the NPL Tasmania. He's been very, very effective. A big hulking figure, Noah Mees. 10 goals so far this year to sit second. Obviously, Matty Sanders has got a fair gap, 19 up top, and then we've got Ryan and Koso from the Warriors behind Mees. They're both on 9. It's looking like it's Matty Sanders' goal scoring title. Take something pretty stark to change that as City look to the bench here. Not sure who's just snuck on for them there. Might be Will Compain, I think. So Compain comes on for DeGetto. Free kick taken. Off Cartwright. Davis shaking in some space. Worked out wide. It'll fall for Vigilante! Couldn't quite pick out the far corner there on the angle. It's as good a chance as they've had all half. In space was Vigilante. Clark covering the angle. Just tried to dare him to go near post, I reckon. That gave him coverage on the far side. It would have taken a perfect shot. And as we tick into stoppage time, that might be as good a chance as they'll get. Chester down by Cartwright. Mees pressuring O'Neill. Long ball. Controlled by Otavi. Matarozzi, sorry. I think Otavi had snuck on. That 3 looking awfully like a 9 in that particular shadow. He is just Aaron Matarozzi. Strong display in defence today. So Humphrey, have Riverside got one last attack in them here? They've got to get the ball back first. Chilante trying to do just that. Now they need to go. It's Lucas. Lucas with the throw to Campbell. Couldn't control it. Smashed away by Sullivan. Brought down by Ulmer. It's an up and under that's going to go right into the crowd there. 8 more seconds off the clock. Can't be many left here. We've gone 91.5 minutes. We're almost at the finish line, City. They've turned this one around. trailing 1-0. Half time. It's been a strong second half showing. Here's Dyer. Looks to take him on. Swings the cross in the Millington direction. Steered away though. And kept in by Monticchio. Olner will just smash it down the line. They need a win in this aerial duel from Campbell. He did pretty well. Got his back to it. Oh, good foot in from Sullivan. He's got a massive reach. Those legs just snuck around and hooked it away when Riverside looked like the counter was on. Now City take it down the other end and can head corner flag. And they win a corner. And 92 minutes tick by. They might not get another chance. Just try and keep this one in the corner flag, I would suspect. Just let big Measy get his frame in the way and shield it. And they do get another throw in. It's precious seconds ticking by here. They might not get one last roll of the dice, the Roos. Been professionally seen out. So here it is, a goal kick for Hill, and this is surely it. It's now or never for Riverside. They're going to sneak a point in the derby. It's going to have to come from this attack. It's a full goal kick from Hill. And Tikio, dexterous from the big fella there, and then that's a free kick. Dyer infringing, and then Dyer kicking the ball away. And he will get himself a slice of cheese for his troubles. And a little bit of a shrug from Tony Pert, as if to say, what alternative did you leave me? And he gives the score to the crowd, who are giving him plenty. Have some of that, he says. 2-1. Oh, the crowd giving him plenty for the kick away. And he's just rakes two fingers in one and said, 2-1, fellas. Keep chirping away all you like. So here it is. Last chance saloon here, surely. Montiki opts for a low punch out to Humphrey. Humphrey steers it forward. It was a poor delivery. Straight to Cartwright. City might open them out the other way here. Sliding in. Great challenge, Cartwright. And that is full time at Windsor Park. And the second Northern Derby of the NPL Tasmania season will go the way of Launceston City. They square the ledger with a 2-1 win. Beaten 2-1 at home back in March. They have turned the tables here as just threatening to boil over a little bit in the middle of the pitch at the moment. Still some feeling left in this one. A residual from a few of those challenges. But it is Launceston City who've claimed the 2-1 win. And let's have a look at the goals in this contest. At half-time, it was looking good for Riverside. They had the better of the first half and they took the lead from the penalty spot. As Aaron Campbell stepped up. Spanos brought down there by Lockie Clark. It would be Campbell to step up. And despite Clark's best efforts, he got fingertips to it. He couldn't keep it out. And it was 1-0 to Launceston City. To Riverside, sorry, but Launceston City would quickly turn things around in the second half in just the second minute of action. They won themselves a free kick in a good position. And Matreski's delivery was challenging. They really caused them problems in the air all game. They did in the first derby too. And there was the towering presence of Patrick Sullivan to head them back into parity. 1-1 in the 47th minute. It was just who was the tallest was going to get that. And there was no one but him. And then Noah Mees cutting inside, holding off the defender. Brilliant piece of goalkeeping from Jared Hill. He's oh so unlucky because waiting there was Isaac DeGetto. And he smashes home the goal. And that was 2-1. There would be no further scoring. Full time at Windsor Park. And it's Launceston City who jump up a place in the table above Kingborough. They'll move up into 6th spot. Riverside will remain in 8th. And other results in the NPL today. A 3-2 win for Devonport over Kingborough. Glenorchy Knights beating Clarence 10-0 last night. Tomorrow it's Olympia v Hobart Zebras. Do join us for that one. But from Andrew Cooling here at Windsor Park, it's been a pleasure bringing this derby to you. And it's Launceston City's derby. It's 1-1 in the Northern Derby Ledgers. We'll be back for round 3. Who will take the honours in 2019? For now, it's Launceston City's day. A second half fight back, securing a 2-1 win.
Kick, round kick.